Nintendo. Not a part of the console wars, but now kind of a part of the console wars. Their most well-known consoles are known for being portable and easy to fit in your pocket or take on the train, and the Switch is nothing different. However, Nintendo is also famously strict, keeping their consoles to just their games. But with the Switch, they're branching out, with games like Skyrim, Dark Souls, and even Among Us and Fall Guys on the Switch. It's nice to think about what else we could see, and that's what we're exploring today. Greetings gamers and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm Connor Monroe and this is the top 10 games we want on the Nintendo Switch. Let's do it. And at 10, Sons of the Forest. Sons of the Forest is the sequel to one of my favorite games, The Forest, and is being released later this year. Hopefully. Sons of the Forest, not having been released yet, has the total possibility of being released on the Switch. It could bring in a wider audience and the controls would translate pretty well. However, I don't think they're going to do that, just because of the fact that they didn't release it on the Xbox as well, instead only releasing the Forest on the PS4 version and on Steam. And I'm pretty sure most of the players just play on Steam anyway. It would be nice to see Sons of the Forest come to the Switch, but it's unlikely to happen. Being able to take that wherever I go is too much for my brain to handle. And at 9, Nintendogs. Nintendogs, I'm sure, is a game from most of our childhoods that we look back on fondly. I know that I played since my family wouldn't let us get a dog, but now that I have one in real life, I don't need a virtual one, unless it got put on the Switch. Actually, I'm gonna go get it. Okay. It's okay. Considering how this dog has sacked me enough times to be unable to actually have children, that means he probably wants to be the only baby in this family. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about you. So being able to have another dog like a Frenchie on the Switch would be a great help and maybe fulfill some of my desire to have another pet. That and I wouldn't have to share more of my bed. This guy already takes up countless acres of bed every night. This and the fact that so many people flooded to this answer when I stated it in like the group chat, that means that we're probably not the only ones who want to see our little guys up on the big screen. Or be able to bring them wherever on a smaller one. Okay, you can go now. Thank you. And today, Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is a first-person story-based shooter released in 2019 as a sequel to Borderlands 2. I played 2, but not 3. However, if it came to the Switch, I might be playing 3. It's been confirmed to be coming or maybe even released by now on the PS5 and Xbox Series X, so why keep the portable version of the consoles out of the loop? Hell, it's even on Google Stadia, and according to my research, it's on the Mac operating system as well. If the game is on Mac, it should be on the Switch. Like Terraria, it's on the Mac as well as Linux, but also the 3DS, Wii U, and Switch. So take a play out of Terraria and Minecraft's book and put it on the Switch. You could release the collection and include the first game, 2, 3, and the pre-sequel, and then boom, you're making money without having to release a new game, only porting it to another system, which I'm sure should be easier than making a whole new game from scratch. And at 7, Grand Theft Auto 5. This is a pretty big stretch since Nintendo usually prefers to be pretty family-friendly with their titles, and despite what they did with the Wii U, Grand Theft Auto is one of the most controversial AAA games of all time, so it could very well never happen. But a way to bring Grand Theft Auto wherever we go would be a nice change of pace from the normal stick around at home and massacre some civilians. You could do it on the train, you could do that in a plane, you could do it on a boat. GTA on the Switch would be the GOAT. I don't mean massacre people, I do mean massacre people, but I mean massacre people in the game on a train. Not massacre people on a train. It would require you to have an internet connection for online use, but it would still be a great way to pass my time on the way to the office whenever we go back. And at 6, Security Breach. We know the original FNAF collection is on the Switch, and we know that the Security Breach is set to release sometime later this year, probably. I've been getting a lot of Instagram DMs of people asking me when the next FNAF video is gonna be, probably when Security Breach comes out. Okay, I'm saying it now, unless we come up with a good list or I get to do top 10 tastiest FNAF and animatronics part 2. But nonetheless, wouldn't we want to see the new game on the Switch that's coming out on the PS5 first, which will surely be something special, and then being released on other consoles a few months later? I am certain that the new game will be coming to the Switch. The ability to take it anywhere is throwing Nintendo into the console wars when they previously weren't, but also they are in the console wars. It's like a weird gray area where they are in it, but also only enough so that people know about the Switch, not so they can do anything about like PS4, Xbox, whatever. But Security Breach is pretty much a guarantee for me, as in coming to the Switch. It's coming. I'll put money on it. Halfway through number 5, Fallout 4. Nintendo already put Skyrim on the Switch. God bless Todd Howard, now I can buy Skyrim again. And when they did, they also added Link's Tunic and gear. So why not add another one of Bethesda's biggest titles, Fallout? As long as it's not Fallout 76, I think we'd be okay with it. Being able to bring Fallout wherever you go would please the Fallout fans just as much as Skyrim on the Switch pleased us. I mean, mean, there were multiple people complaining about buying Skyrim again, but I think it would still be enjoyable. Imagine fighting a Deathclaw on a little tiny screen on the train ride home to see your parents. I personally bought Skyrim twice and have 4 copies of the game. PS3, I bought Old Rim on the PC. Special Edition was given to me on the PC because I had Old Rim already, and then I bought Skyrim VR, and I still love the game. I'm sure that there are Fallout fans just as appreciative about the game as I am Skyrim, so why not give others a shot to do it on the Switch? I'm sure you could add something to it to make it like Nintendo-fied or whatever, like a Mario outfit or something to make it brand friendly for whatever reason it was you did that with Skyrim. I'm sure you can think of something. And then for Batman Arkham Knight, or just the entire Batman Arkham series of games, honestly. The collection of games started in 2009 with Arkham Asylum, and the most recent release is Arkham Knight, released in 2015, with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League in the same universe, set to release in 2022. However, even if it's more realistic for us to get the entire collection, if not, I'd at least like to get the latest game, Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight is set 9 months after Arkham City, and it's the biggest game in the series, meant to be the final one, so I'm sure you can understand why if we'd only be getting one of these, I'd pick this one. The sheer amount of things to do in this game makes it a damn good one, especially if it was ported to the Switch. Unless the Switch couldn't handle that big of a game. I mean, they could handle Skyrim, but it was released 4 years prior to Arkham Knight, so it's entirely plausible that the little Switch isn't up to the challenge. So come on, Nintendo, are you a top, bottom, or Switch? And at 3, Wii Sports Resort. Speaking of things you should be scared of, what about another game featuring the infamous Matt? That's right, when is the Switch getting its own Wii Sports Resort? Sure, it was meant to be for the Wii, but the Joy-Cons have the ability to motion capture as well, so why not make another one of the best games ever made for the Wii, and the whole reason I bought the Wii in the first place. I want to fight Matt on the top of Mount Woohoo once again. I want to have a showdown with him at night as we argue about our ideologies until finally I remove his legs and watch the lava rise slowly, giving my young self a sense of closure as our lifelong enemy lay dead at our feet, having begged for mercy but receiving none. But also I just want the archery thing again. That game was so much fun. And my dog can't catch frisbees. His face is too flat. And at 2, Wind Waker HD. I've never played Wind Waker. My only real experience with Legend of Zelda boats was Phantom Hourglass, if I can remember properly. So getting a chance to see this game in HD on the Switch would be a wonderful gift, but also a smart business decision from Nintendo. If they remake the game and eventually release all the original Legend of Zelda games on the Switch, they would make a boatload, no pun intended. Especially from the diehard Legend of Zelda fans who have been waiting for the chance to play these games again in high definition. I'm sure most of them have replayed the games in some other form of high def, but that kind of conversation doesn't belong on the YouTubes. Hell, while they're at it, give me a Phantom Hourglass HD. I don't think I ever got to finish that one before I lost the cartridge. I'm really bad at keeping track of things, if I'm being honest. I've gotten slightly better, but damn, when I was a kid, I'd lose things left, right, and center. I lost Pokemon Omega Ruby in like a week after I got it, and I didn't get a chance to play it. I did find it before I moved out, however. So that was nice. Either way, give me Wind Waker or give me Phantom Hourglass HD. Finally, in at number 1, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Look, Pokemon Diamond was the first Pokemon game I played. After that, I played Fire Red and Leaf Green. But Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum were some of my best memories as a child. I remember sitting on my couch watching my mom play Diamond. I remember her fighting a gym leader with a Vespa Queen, and I kept asking when I could play. I had to wait until she finished the game, but I loved every minute of it. And if we were to get a recreation of that game on the Switch, I would buy that in an instant. Platinum was my favorite because I love Giratina. But I'd play all of them if that was the only way to get Dialga and Palkia, by far the coolest legendary trio in my opinion. By that, I mean like Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, not just Dialga and Palkia. I know people are gonna comment it, so I had to say it. We've been thinking that our remake of the Sinnoh games is coming, but from what I saw from the last Nintendo Direct, we haven't gotten anything yet, but I'm hopeful that soon enough we will see the beautiful Sinnoh region on the beautiful console that is the Switch. And of course, I'll be thinking Chimchar all the way. Actually, I like Piplup too. And Turtwig. Damn it, I have to do this again. There we have it, friends, the top 10 games we want on the Nintendo Switch. Which games do you want to see on the Switch, or is there any that you never want to see? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been Showermate Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.